Today's episode of Strong Links is brought to you by Dan and Van, Sleaford and the surrounding area's #1 man with a van service. And now for today's show.
Hello and welcome to Strong Links, Lincolnshire's local podcast in association with your local Links magazine. And this month is a bit of a special. We are coming from the Lincolnshire Show. And I'm here, as ever, with my good friend Dan. Hello, Dan.
Hey, Rich. You okay?
Yeah, are you enjoying the show today?
Oh, I'm loving it. And the weather is glorious. Sun's out. Sun cream's on.
Yeah, we're kind of burning up in the sun. We've been speaking to various stands, haven't we? We've been to the BBC stand. We've just been talking to Link Sounds. There was Magna Radio. A lot of media people, actually.
It's all media dudes we're talking to.
Yeah.
But we've seen the alpacas, and we've been on a Red Arrow's flight simulator, which was really good.
Yeah, I think basically we are Red Arrow's pilots now. We're officially qualified, I think.
Fully qualified, and we are taking bookings. So as a non-flyer, I get really scared of flying. I actually was surprised. I quite enjoyed that.
It was good fun, wasn't it? We went on a lovely flight around the coast, and there was one moment when we were just sort of plummeting directly to the ground, weren't we? And I did just wonder how that would turn out, but we survived. We're here. So.
We made it. So it's a really good turnout today. We've been here a few hours, and we've been sort of wandering around, and we've just been watching a tug-of-war competition. We have, some burly rugby player guys and girls.
I think they were girls, weren't they, on this round? Yeah. We saw the League One trophy, didn't we?
We touched the League One trophy.
We touched it, yeah. We've got some photos as well, so look out for those. But yeah, we're pilots, we're football champions, we're radio DJs.
We're living the dream.
Yeah.
We've not had an ice cream yet.
No, and we've not seen any cows. I'd like to see some cows.
I've not really seen any animals other than alpacas.
That's all we've seen so far is alpacas. There's just alpacas everywhere.
And dogs.
And dogs, yeah.
So we need to go and see some cows. But
good fun. There's a lot going on. So the excitement doesn't end today with the Lincolnshire Show. You've got something really cool coming up just this very weekend, Dan. Do you want to tell us about that?
Oh, I can't wait. So last year, Chris Clark and I went and worked on a film called Landship it was shot down in Norfolk, and this weekend we're going to the premiere.
So you have got a Leicester Square film premiere coming up for a film that you're actually in.
I know, it's crazy. I'm literally in it for a split second. But yeah, hopefully I'll have a credit in the movie. Don't know, but we'll see.
What character are you playing?
So it's set in the First World War. So I play a German.
You're the enemy.
A baddie, yeah. Because people say, "Oh, you're a Nazi." I'm not. I am not. For the record, I'm not a Nazi.
No.
Because it's First World War. So you're just a German.
Just a German.
The Hun.
Yeah. And you were in sort of, you wore a mask or helmet or something?
Yeah, had a helmet. It was all proper kit.
Yeah.
And weighs a ton. Absolutely weighed a ton. So some of the stunts you see, because we get shot and we have to fall over, I was quite nervous the helmet had come off and banged me on the head, ironically, and give me a head injury. But that never quite happened, but they are really heavy, those helmets.
Well, what you will have to do, you'll have to record something when you're there, and let's capture this for the podcast. We'll cut to it right now.
Well, Rich, using the miracle of editing, I'm now at the premiere of the movie Landship, which Chris Clark and myself appear in. I'm sitting with Chris, and we're in a bar in Leicester Square.
Yes,
just
indeed.
Opposite the Empire Leicester Square, and so we've just watched the movie. Do you enjoy that?
I thought it was very good, yeah. I was extremely impressed with the quality of the film. Obviously with these and it is a low-budget film, obviously with low-budget films, the expectation is there's going to be some compromise, but I felt like everything in that film was actually really high quality. Performances, the writing, the attention to detail. It's a really, really great film, actually.
It was well written, and I thought and the story as well. I mean, I know we worked on it, but we didn't really know the full story, did we? As you know, how everything played out.
No, I must admit, I didn't know too much about the story at all. They kind of briefed us a little bit about what the historical element of it. But to sort of learn as you go is quite. I think that's a better way of doing it. It was nice not to have too many spoilers previous to the screening, so to speak.
That's right. Yeah, we got the full impact of the story, and I thought the visual effects were really good. And any movie under £1 million is considered a low budget movie, isn't it? So.
For that budget, the sets and the model work, particularly the miniatures and models, were absolutely brilliant. I loved all that. I love all that in movie making anyway. I think sort of that more practical approach is right up my street. So I was very impressed with those elements.
And also the story was quite moving. I thought the human element of the story was quite moving and quite emotional at points.
Yeah, I think that's often one of my worries for a historical war film is that you might sort of suffer drama and emotion over sort of just historical, factual stuff. And I think the balance they struck with that was super.
So Annie, how did you find Landship? Did you enjoy it?
I loved it. I was really impressed. I thought it was great. With the German soldiers having the masks on, and it did make them kind of inhuman, didn't it? Like monsters.
Dehumanised them, didn't it?
Yeah, but then at the end, you get that sort of human element back again.
Yeah. They reminded me of like Darth Vader.
Yeah, stormtroopers.
Stormtroopers. Yeah. Out of 10.
10.
10. Good answer. So I'm here with Finn Hall. So you played Captain Donald Richardson. I mean, how did you find seeing it for the first time?
It's weird. It's always weird because the job was done a long time ago, and then you give so much to the job. You give a lot of mental prep, physical prep, mental work, physical work. I mean, you were there. You were a German. You know how physical it is. So you get to relive it, and not only the impact of seeing it as a narrative hits different, but the impact of the pain of when you take a hit, because some of those hits in the fight scenes connected. So there's a bit where I get hit over the head, and I got hit over the head. So it's great. It's a great film. Proud of everyone. It's always interesting rewatching work.
What was it like having your performance up on the screen in front of Donald Richardson's family?
It grounded a lot of reasons as to why it was made. So at the screening I said, we're allowed to make this type of work thanks to the people like Donald Richardson who put their lives on the line to allow us to live in this free society where you have the ability to create a podcast and you're not censored. The fact that we can share the story of these people with their relatives changes how it feels to make it. It makes you feel like you've done something worthwhile to recognise what their family has given to society.
It's still very relevant today, although it was sort of 100 plus years ago now. It's still really relevant. And
well, it's happening again. We're not learning our lessons.
Yeah.
And we could carry on and talk about that, but I think understanding that we should learn from our lessons and we're not, there's questions about leadership and government or the mindset of the people. Who's right or who's wrong is a point of view, I guess, and which side do you want to come down on, but it never was and it never will be the war to end wars, which is concerning.
It's good to be reminded, though, isn't it, with projects like this?
Yeah. What art is great at is it allows us to tell a narrative where we can bring it to modern society so people can still understand what happened, especially in today's era where we're so concerned about what to wear, what shoes you've got on, how much filler do I put in my lips, how do I change the shape of my jawline, how do my abs look? We forget So it's important to remind people of that. And this is our side of it. The Germans would tell a different side of it.
Yeah. Well, I've got to say your performance was really powerful. I thought you did a brilliant job. Yeah. So yeah.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
No, it was great. Thanks for stopping to talk, and hope to see you on the next one.
Yes.
Yeah, brilliant. Thanks, mate. Great to see you. Yeah, great to see you.
I'm going to go.
Cheers. Hey, Rich, did you see the football last night?
It was a really exciting game. I really enjoyed it. I was really nervous the whole game because it just felt this is Croatia-England, our opening game at the World Cup. And, I just thought it had written all over it, we'll go ahead and then concede, which we did twice. And then we went ahead again and thought, Croatia are just going to score a 95th minute equaliser, and after all that endeavour, we'll just end up with a draw. So, I was really nervous because I just thought I knew that they had the ability to win that game and the talent. Yeah, you didn't want that. I think that kind of disappointment, if we'd have drawn that game, that would have just set the tone for the rest of the tournament. And by the time this goes out, they'll have played their other group games. So
we'll know more. But Croatia is one of those teams that they're tricky. They're really tricky, aren't they?
They are. They're very experienced. They're a sort of older team, really. There's some wise footballing heads in that team. And we didn't allow them to dictate the play. Modric was taken off, I think, 2/3 in. And, we just didn't allow them to stamp their authority.
It was definitely a game of two halves, wasn't it? We were like a different team second half.
Yeah, when we came out in the second half, we scored after 90 seconds, didn't we? And then we were just battering the Croatian goal, and I was just willing that ball in. So it was a major relief. I just thought we need another goal. Yeah. We were not going to win this 3-2.
When we were at 3-2, I felt like we'd get another goal. It was on the cards.
Yeah, we had it in us. Yeah, but I mean, it was weird. I was kind of thinking that Croatian goalie, he's probably a candidate for man of the match, even though he's let 3 goals in.
He was on fire, wasn't he? He's brilliant.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. So when Rashford got the 4th goal, it was just such a relief. And I was also kind of thinking that really, that was the opening game. But it was almost like a knockout match. And I think both teams realised that how they'd progress from the group would be dictated from that opening game. So I think they both realised it held a lot of sway as to how the rest of their tournament was going to turn out. And so it had that sort of knockout feel to it, where no one was really playing for a draw. They were going for it, weren't they?
Yeah, it was. I think it was the match that group will hinge on.
Yeah, that's what I feel, because I don't think, certainly Panama and Ghana, I don't think they're quite the same opposition. So, probably Croatia are sort of more banking on the fact that they'll get points out of those games. So, looking at who's going to win that group, I think it was the result of that match.
Actually, I was thinking about the episode we did with Harry Costa. We were talking about this was prior to the World Cup kicking off, and we spoke about African teams, the sort of emergence of African teams, which comes around every World Cup. There's always mention of that, but I think this World Cup we're seeing real quality. I watched the Morocco-Brazil game the other day, and Morocco was so good. I don't know if they've not played since, have they? So it'll be interesting to see how they progress. Yeah. But the quality of the football was excellent. They certainly matched Brazil. And who else? Who was on last night? There was a team playing last night from Africa that I thought looked pretty good. Played against France.
Senegal.
Senegal, yeah. They were really good.
Yeah. Well, they beat England in a friendly not too long ago. Where's Cape Verde? Is that Africa? I don't know where that.
Cape Verde.
It's like Curacao. I had to look up where that is.
Where's that?
That is sort of off the northern coast, off the coast of Venezuela, sort of northern coast of South America.
Right. It's not a proper country if you don't know where it is.
You need to be able to pinpoint it on a map, really.
Really, yeah. And a country within a country like Swaziland.
Yeah.
What's that? That's a county. Actually, I was on a flight into Swaziland with the King of Swaziland.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The king?
Yeah. We didn't know he was on there
Yeah.
because there was no one wearing a crown, and I think that was. But when we got off, there was guards and military, and I thought they were there for me, but it turns out it was the King of Swaziland.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a true story.
That's a really cool brush with royalty there. We're not going to win many fans outside of Lincolnshire with this podcast stuff.
No, our global audience would be. But no, the African sides are looking really good.
Yeah. So it's not a sure thing what's going to come out of that Ghana game. No games really are at the World Cup, are they? But
Yeah. So are you enjoying the World Cup so far, though?
absolutely, yeah. And I mean, that England game, it was certainly one of the games so far of the tournament, I would say. But yeah, I like getting up in the morning before work, and sometimes there's a game on while you're having breakfast, and
It's quite good. It's like non-stop football, so
yeah,
it's great, and it's going to go on for weeks.
yeah.
Hopefully, by the next podcast, we'll be closer to winning the World Cup.
Yeah, hopefully we're not out of the tournament by the time this goes out, and we might just cut this all anyway. But no, we'll probably be sort of into the second round
Yeah,
by then. No, probably a bit further than
a bit
that.
further. Yeah,
Probably
semis,
yeah,
quarters.
Yeah, so let's hope we're still in it. Probably might be out. Who knows?
Who knows? We'll see, and we'll update next. Well, we don't need updating. It's on your telly. Go and look. Stop relying on us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stop coming to us for your football results.
Yeah. That's brilliant.
Right, shall we explore some more of the show?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Well, Dan, here we are back at the Lincolnshire Show, and we've found a quiet spot, haven't we? We've actually borrowed someone's marquee. This belongs to the Lincolnshire Drainage Company.
The wind's picked up, and we just needed to get out of the wind. But that was very kind of him of the chap to let us use their marquee. So, and he's given us a drink as well, which we're being looked after. So it's
Nice quiet spot here. So, Callum and Andy, they are the father and son team who directed.
The movie's directed by Callum Byrne, and it's produced by his dad, Andy Byrne.
Yeah. It'd be great to talk to these guys, wouldn't it?
Well, it's funny you say that, actually, because they are coming on Extra Strong Links, which is going to drop in the middle of the month. Yeah, they're really, really nice guys, and really, really good interview with them. So, recommend that.
Yeah, looking forward to catching up with those guys and just getting an insight. These are local filmmakers. They've been producing war films locally for years. I've been following them in the papers for some time. Lancaster Skies they did, didn't they, which was shown at the Kinema.
Spitfire over Berlin, which was one of theirs as well. So, they're just a brilliant asset to Lincolnshire, and the story of Landship is quite inspiring. So, look forward to speaking with them in Extra Strong Links. But should we have a listen to a clip?
Yeah, let's have a listen now. So let's turn to your latest project, Landship. Now, for anyone who hasn't heard about it yet, what's the story and what drew you to it?
So the story is based on a true story of a World War I tank that in 1917, during the Battle of Passchendaele, became stuck in a shell crater, And instead of abandoning the tank and returning to British lines, the crew decided to stay put, and they stayed there for over 60 hours, incredibly close to German lines, and they came under constant attack. They were shelled by their own lines, and they went on to become the most highly decorated tanker of the First World War. All of them, amazingly, apart bar one, survived. And it was a story that we came across, what about 12, 14 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, BBC documentary called The First World War from Above, and it was about someone had discovered a piece of film that was shot by a French aviator in 1919. He flew his airship over the battlefield when everybody had gone home, basically, but everything was still just laying there. The detritus of war, and F-41 was there in this photograph, and then from that they very briefly told of what happened, and then I just remember the following morning having coffee and saying, "God, that made a good film," and that was it. Really, we were like, "That's well, okay. We've got to find a way of doing it then." So as a short film, because Callum at that point was still at film school, so it became your graduate film, didn't it? Yeah. So, yeah, we're never afraid, because you look back on it and think, what were we thinking? Okay, how are we going to do that? I don't know, but let's do it anyway.
Yeah. So, I mean, for you to spot something so relatively sort of, I don't want to, insignificant, he's flying over, sees a tank, a kind of a stranded tank, but for you to then create a story, which is quite a moving story.
Well, as we realised, we found out more information, and it turned out that amongst kind of like people that know about the First World War and know particularly about tanks, that it's quite a well-known tale. Well, it doesn't appear in many books as such, and there's a couple of accounts in various books, but in like places like the Tank Museum in Bovington and that sort of thing, it was a well-known tale.
Oh,
I mean, supposedly the film Fury was based on this story, that someone caught wind of it and went, "Oh, okay."
Yeah,
film about a tank.
the end where they're stuck in the other crossroads is supposedly inspired by
this story was an inspiration for that.
Oh,
Whether that's true or not, I don't know. The trick is that you're trying to take something where there are threads of truth. There is the stuff that you absolutely know, the times and the dates and the people, but lots of other stuff, even first-hand accounts, are actually quite unreliable. So you do end up having to kind of weave your narrative around the stuff that you actually know for sure happened.
But the stuff we do know is that they were stranded for, what was it?
60 hours.
60 hours.
Yeah.
Most of them survived.
Yeah.
I mean, that's quite a thing in itself, isn't it? So, yeah.
I think, there probably will be many other tales, similar tales, where, because the tanks ditched a lot, but where they meant that they didn't survive. They would have just, the fact that they didn't get hit by a shell is something short of miraculous, really.
Yeah.
And one shell, that would have just killed a lot of them, and that would have been the end of that. It probably wouldn't have been such a legendary tale, but the fact that didn't happen, and that somehow they survived against the law of averages were against them, and they survived. And nobody, we love the British, I think, more than any other nation on earth, love stories like that. The underdog.
And the tanks would have been built in Lincoln.
Yeah, so they were built I think they were built up and down the country, but there was the Mark IV. There was 100, I think it was 100 or 101 of those tanks built in Lincoln, and F-41 Bentos was one of those tanks. We know that tank was built at Foster's, which is now Morrison's. Was built on that site, and now that tank sits still in no man's land, or in Belgium,
somewhere.
Ground.
No one knows exactly where it is yet.
Right.
It's never been found. But.
Wow, that's amazing. To think it was, built where Morrison's is now, down Tritton Road.
We didn't know that until we were well into making the short film. We found that out. The Tank Museum unearthed that information and said, "Oh yeah, it was one of 101." Because there were many hundreds made. So actually, the odds of it being made in Lincoln were pretty slim.
Right.
Because they were made in a company called Metropolitan, I think, further north. Made them as built under license as well. So it was. But just one of those things. Lots of things like that happened along the way. It's like the commanding officer's grandson walking in to I think it was a meeting of the Friends of the Lincoln Tank, and this bloke just walks in and went, "I'm Donald Richardson's grandson." And they were all like, "Well, you can't be, because surely we'd have heard of you before." And he was, and he had his medals, and he had everything. And that happened. That happened. I think we'd finished shooting, but we hadn't finished the film. So lots of weird things like that happened.
God. Yeah. And that was just coincidence. It was
I don't know why he had not. I mean, because he was in his 70s by then, and why he had kept such a low profile, I don't know. But I think he found out that there was a group called the Friends of the Lincoln Tank, and they had a meeting like once a month, and he went to it.
Wow.
You know, and then we got a message from a chap called Richard Pullen, who was sort of I think he's the chairman of the Friends of the Lincoln Tank, and he went, "You'll never guess who walked in to our meeting at the weekend."
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And then since then, with like other family members,
Yeah,
all
we've met
kind of
quite a
stepped
few
forward.
now.
But yeah.
Well, it's been a great day here at the Lincolnshire Show. We've seen some show jumping. We've had an ice cream.
The ice cream was really good, I must say.
Yeah. Seen some livestock. I got to see some sheep. I didn't see some cows, but I saw some sheep. Now, we're going to lead out this episode. We've got a new track this is a new band that's just formed. They're from Heckington, and they're called Temple Bay. And they've been in touch. They were in touch with us at the magazine, actually. They wanted to tell us all about this new band that they formed, because they saw that we did some reviews we did a review of a concert that we went to. And they wanted to tell us about their new band. They're a four-piece, and they've got a strong sort of Lincolnshire identity. They've got this track called Loco. You'll be able to read about it in the magazine as well. It's going to be in August, but we can play it on our show.
That's brilliant. Well, we'll play at the end of the show, and that's great.
We're always coming back to Heckington, have you noticed that?
Yeah, a lot of our guests come from Heckington, don't we? And we've just literally bumped into Charles Pinchbeck, who appeared in or featured in Extra Strong Links back in, September last year?
He was in our very first episode. He was in both of those episodes, Strong Links and Extra Strong Links. And he was stewarding here at the Lincolnshire Show today, and we just bumped into him, didn't we? And
I know, I think he likes these country shows, doesn't he?
He does, and he gets ideas, I think, doesn't he? You know, sees how this one runs and gives him ideas for Heckington. And we had a chat. We found out how his sweet peas are going this year, because
I think he's feeling confident for his entry in the Heckington Show.
He is, although it's a bit touch and go, because he's got a bit of an issue with his sweet peas, because there's a muntjac deer keeps getting at them, apparently.
I think he said about building a fence around them to protect them this weekend. So I think there's a bit of interest from a muntjac deer. Yeah.
So we'll find out when we get to the Heckington Show. It's all show season at the moment, isn't it? So anyway, that's another episode, Dan.
I know, it's been brilliant. Yeah, it's been a really good day. And then we've got a Heckington Show next month.
Yeah.
So we've been spoilt for country shows.
We have, and spoilt with the weather. But anyway, so this band that you're about to listen to. This is Temple Bay with Loco, and only one thing left to say.
Until next time, goodbye.
Cheerio.
Morocco, things change. The summer's slowly warming. Do I get drunk with my friends? My friend, my friend. And I've been going crazy for you, and I know where to be you. And I've been going like Morocco, things change. The summer's slowly warming. Do you wanna get drunk with your friends?
Today's episode of Strong Links was brought to you by Danson Property Services, where quality work meets local care. From reliable maintenance jobs to property refurbs, call Danson Property Services today. See you next time.